Hello, my fruity friends. Even if you're not fully in a fruit, but you like to come here and maybe get inspired, you are very welcome. Everybody, of course, is welcome here who comes with a peaceful mind and spirit of love. Also, I'm really thankful for all your comments, beautiful, encouraging comments. Also, I'm very thankful for the help with the sounds from one of you. It's truly appreciated, highly appreciated. It means a lot to me because I like to deliver definitely better quality of videos. And because last time I put some more decoration. I show you some of fruit I'm eating at the moment. I could see it had really positive feedback, which makes sense really. So today I put here for you one of the paintings from the house, or only one I have at the moment up really, the fruit, the mighty oranges. I even forgot to mention in the last video. Yet they in a house all year round. Me and Mango, we both really love the citrus juices. That's why he planted so many citrus trees around the garden. So if I forgot something, forgive me, please. I'm so busy last week, this week, that I don't know even sometimes when to start, and my head is very big. But things going forward slowly but surely, and all I need to be patient and learn to relax about it all, which I'm doing successfully as the time goes. And yeah, and I'm also happy that the worst is over, but as far as I go, not what I have to do. There is actually big load ahead of me, but I'm taking it with little bit more ease. That's the good one. And today I would like to talk to you about nutritional education. And please, Avanti, don't go away. It's not what you think. Sending a lot of love. And so let's get into it. Let's dive into that nutritional education. So who's required nutritional education? Who has to go to study it? So there are food scientists, there are different nutritional therapists, there are different well-being coaches and experts. You know the drill, you know what I mean. But for me, it was never of the interest. I read just for a curiosity to show people who made this belief and they need this proof on a paper in the numbers and funny names to see that the food actually, the raw banana has more nutrition than fried rice. And I just want to show a little example to those people. There is a difference, and even the mainstream mind believes you have to have that rice to be well, I try to show you actually don't. Plus rice, I don't know if it can be sprouted, eaten raw, I don't know. I never look into it. It was never of my interest. But I am sure by pure logic, the raw fresh fruit or anything raw would have a more nutrition than anything cooked. It's only us, humans, who worry about those things. You know, ah, well, I don't, but some of us do. Not all of us. Some of us worry, saying, I hope I have enough of iron. I need calcium. Because this is the thing when I mention to people that I live on a fruit, even they eat at restaurants, they eat mainly cooked food, they drink alcohol, their lifestyle is not a good example of good lifestyle for supporting well-being. So they are the people mostly who will straight away give me questions. You know, if I cut the if I cut the fruit, uh, what knife I'm using, make sure I don't losing any vitamins or nutrition. So they know it's nutrition in there. Also, they um, where I get my protein, where I get my iron, where I get this and that, and all those names. They really don't know what it is themselves. They read somewhere about it, somebody told them about it. Actually, if you look in different magazines, even the newspapers, in their well-being section, may give you advice to eat balanced diet of fruit, veggies, meat, milk, dairies, whatever they call it, and legumes and grains, and that's a well-balanced diet. And of course, nobody even underline raw or cooked is not even mentioned. Only us humans have those bodies. Why? Because we have a media. We have media to influence our mind, our beliefs, and most of people what they seeing in those medias, it's given. It was on TV, it was on a newspaper, must be true, must be that way. I'm not arguing, I'm not scientist, I'm not food scientist. All I try to say today message is that for me, I don't need to worry about it. I never needed to worry about it. I heard those things already at school. I never paid attention. It didn't mean nothing to me. What was important for me was the food I like to eat and have access to it. You know, look at the animals out there. They don't have a doctors. They don't have a books to read or magazines or newspapers searching for a good tips how to take care of themselves. So they are well. So we don't need that because the other creatures don't need it and they doing all right. They not confused by a lot of different informations or misinformations, whatever that is. And I remember my father, my mom, she worked for propaganda, but also she was organizing the events, uh, social events for a village. So uh, she will get free every morning in her office. She will get free newspapers, magazines, and when she finished with it, she will bring it home. And my father would flip through it and read different things. And I remember since I was very young, he was saying, who's supposed to know what's good for us? Because one day they say eat lard, next day they say don't eat lard. That's a big fat if somebody don't know. Because a lot of people they would not even know the name of the ingredients because a lot of people they just live on a takeaway food. I met people like that before. It's more common than not, and I remember that stuck in my mind, like how they always give a different information. Do that, don't do that. You know, one day they recommend you something, next day they don't. But me, I'm steady. Since I start eating fruit, since I learn what it does to me, how so beneficial, how my body really thrives on it, like my whole being. That's what's important for me. Not to study if I have enough iron. I think my body functions well. Obviously, I giving good fuel. I giving it good nutrition. And because I never felt so good as when I began to eat just raw fresh fruit, which was obvious within 2 weeks, I could not believe how much better I feel altogether. Even I didn't have any problems with my well-being, but yet the difference was so noticeable, so big, that why I should doubt something like this. I have no reason. If my body ache all the time, or my digestion doesn't work, if I'm constipated or have a diarrhea, what have you, then I worry. Then I said, why is that? But if my body functions properly, why should I even need to look into anything? I feel blessed and consider myself so blessed in so early age. Not only I have all my life zest for fruit, but when I start eating only fruit, I learned that I I I don't even know how to say it, but it was such a big um, change in my life. It was so big as if I entered different dimension almost with the fruit because I stopped buying most of the things as I used to buy before to eat. Like on a Monday, I went for shopping with my carer, and uh, um, when we were going to check out, she said, you don't use big section of the supermarket." I said, "No, I don't. Actually, I need the smallest, so maybe one of the smallest sections in the supermarket. It's a fruit and veggies. And with the time, it's shrinking. Maybe big cities is a different story. I don't know. I wasn't in a big city for a long time now, but here, up here, and what I see, it's shrinking the varieties and even the amount. Often I come to the some fruit thing and the fruit is not even there. You have to ask, and they said it's run out. Like they even don't know how to order proper amount. They don't have a statistics. I don't know, but that's a different topic again. So I want to go back that only humans, because we are being since early childhood at school too, and uh, through the authorities and maybe at home too. You know, a lot of parents will tell you, you have to drink milk to have a strong bones. I know after my accident, when I was in a healing place, we have this one very old, nice, chubby nurse, and she always was saying, "You have to drink milk to have a pink cheek." And that was her thing, like we can hear it like 10 times a day. But I didn't drink milk. Like she didn't get to me. Not my family, we didn't drink milk. It wasn't my mom, she bought milk, but that she used only for baking. And sometimes it wasn't daily thing. They will make hot cocoa at home from milk and cocoa powder and sugar. That's something I could not even smell. So obviously I could not drink it. Just the smell of it made me sick. I'm really glad I was like that, born like that, because I avoid a lot of discomfort, physical and mental. So animals, they don't study nutrition. They don't have any experts to tell them what to eat. They just know. Unless they captured by humans and humans may, how you call it, feed them wrong things. And but the wild animals out there, they perfectly know what to do. And because the humans, they corrupted for many years back with a lot of things, especially money and power, they just, it's all about money. Animals don't have the money. They don't have that kind of power. Anyway, all I want to say that humans, in the name of money, they make a lot of science. They make you believe if you don't have a nutritional expert, you would not know how to eat properly. And guess what? The nutritional expert, from my point of view, only confusing the customer because uh, they don't know the full truth, those experts. They just learned something somewhere which was served them, not what they think about, or even when they study that nutrition, do they really think what it is about? They really go deep in the thought what it is? Do we really need it? No, they just obey, they study what they've been told, and then they do exams, they get the paper, and voila, I can go now and tell people what to eat. And people respect that, if you have that paper, if you know how to present it as well, because I also have a paper. It's nothing big, I'm not in it. But before, in the past, I had a problem with the raw food community. I was for them not very easy, difficult to digest, and so I decided to do course in natural hygiene, and I have a little diploma for it. I thought that going make people more respectful to what I have to say, but it didn't work. When people want to reject, doesn't matter what I've got, they will reject. Everybody's choice. I'm perfectly fine with it. I have no problem with it. I'm fine. So, and this is me going again as the example with the animals to the cooking. No animal cooks there. That's well-known fact. That's very much used by raw people for many years. I like that line. Look at the animals. They don't cook. Why humans cook? Because they always want something different, something better, something, oh, this is boring. And again, I believe the cooking come in the name of money. Imagine all the pots and pans, and you need a power to cook on, and all the recipe books, and suddenly there is a huge business about the food, different delicatessen shop, and so many people are very creative. I love that. But if they creating in a wrong direction, it's a bit sad. Like we have so many food recipes out there. It's, I think, countless. This is creativity of the humans, but they usually think of the things because they want to make money. They want to come with something new, something original. So everybody wants, with their natural curiosity, or even more enhanced curiosity, they want to say, "Ah, I have to try that one. That's a new thing." So, in the end of the day, if humans um, were more living for themselves, like self growth, um, especially the love and learning how to live happy, simple lives, people do opposite. They put big load on themselves, again in the name of money. I don't think many people would work hard if they never get paid for it. I don't think they will wake up on an alarm clock in some countries already 6 in the morning, 7 day at work, maybe even some people earlier, like those bakers and stuff. But that's not the point. Point is that people spend most of their life working, chasing that money, and they never happy with what they've got. I'm like that with the clothes. I have that disease since I was born, you know. I may have 100 dresses, and I see one really nice one, and I just want it, and it's difficult for me to say no to it. Okay, but um, I have to really do something about it too. But uh, before I didn't think much about it, but it when I notice it's getting to some amount, I already throw heaps of it like to op shops. But slowly I tend to get more again. So that's my battle. Like I need to focus on. So the cook food and raw food. Cook food, obviously, again by logic, would have much less nutrition than the raw food. Raw food is natural as is with its best value. Once people cook it in a very hot heat, you have to boil things. It's 100 degrees. Above the frying is, who knows, 200 degrees or what. It's just whatever it is, it's a high temperature and it kills things. Fire kills things. It turns even if I put straight on a fire that food, it will just burn away. I have to have it in some pot, you know, and all the life is killed. When I was thinking about this, I thought, well, I am alive And if I put my hand in the boiling water, like I put that potato, that hand will be gone, dead. I would not be able to operate it. Maybe I will have to lose it all. So to cooking, if somebody worries about nutrition, about what knife I cut my fruit with, they should worry about the cooked food. The cooked food has very little nutrition. Some of you who are following me now, or when Mango was here with us as well for a longer time, would know that. What did I gonna say now? Cooked food, coffee. I don't know. I just lost the track because Mango. I got a picture of him and everything. I still miss Mango so much, but such is life. He's gone. He's not here. I still can't kind of get over it, or maybe that's a wrong expression. I still can't see it as reality, really. Anyhow, go back to cook food. I think it's obvious. Some people, they don't want to, I think some people, they just don't want to understand. I mean, they understand it, but they don't want to admit it's a truth. Because if they admit it, then it will call for a change, because that will make sense. But a lot of people, they can't imagine to let go of their food they like so much or they addicted so much to. I, I'm I'm a bit sorry I lost that thread, what come to my mind before, but I just have to let it go and go forward. So again, the one of you who worry about the nutrition and still eating cooked food, think about eating raw. That will definitely give you much more nutrition. I remember now. So, you know, when I start eating cooked vegetables, because the side effects too much, I could not handle them. I have to poison my body a bit. And what worked? Boiled vegetables. I didn't even need to add salt or any fat to it to get enough poison into my body to slow that severe detox. And and that showed me. I could really see I'm still affected by it. I still have to cook veggies sometimes. Not so often, not as many. Maybe I wouldn't if I don't need to go out, but when I don't feel really good the night before and I know I need to go out, I have to cook something to be able to go out. Otherwise, the side effects are not so strong anymore. I could just lie down and do the proper, the breathing exercises and what have you. But because I have to things, organize things to do, I need to function, so I need to sometimes still cook food, vegetables. And you know what? I still, when I stop fully, going to going take me 6 months at least only on fruit to fully recover. Because what I notice, it shows when I eat cooked food, I look much older and not so bright as if I may skip 2 weeks. Then I look much better than if I have to, and feel much better than if I have to sometimes have it even after the week. And it's obvious, obvious signs, physical signs I can see on me. So to cook food is the enemy of people who like to really have good, nutritious food. And what I learned also from that cooked vegetables, next morning when I eat them, I feel hungry. Soonest I wake up, I feel hungry. I never have that sensation so early in the morning when I eat raw, fresh fruit. I never have that really bad feeling of hunger. And what's the body hungry for? It's got even more amount of the potato. I need more amount of potato, cooked potato to feel full than raw peaches. I have two, three raw peaches, raw, but this is nice big size, even smaller than this. So two of those size, and I'm full. Potatoes, I have to have at five, bigger than this, to feel full. So that is your nutrition. The boiled potatoes are more empty because I need to eat more to feel I'm eaten. My body is satisfied. Okay, you can stop eating now. I need much less raw fresh fruit to feel satisfied. My body said, thank you, I'm done. And the best is just try, do your own experiment, give it a go. If you don't have that experience, you may be pleasantly surprised. So the body, so I believe from my experience, people who eat too much of cooked food and not enough of fresh food, and again depends on what cooked food, you know, most of it is takeaways in this developed world and it's full of the, it's the worst food you can buy is takeaway. You know, those burgers, those typical chips and fish and what have you. It's honestly not good, not nutritious, but the less value is in that food for our well-being, the more would our body feel hungry and needs to eat more, eat more, eat more. And uh, plus the hunger I have in the mornings after I ate cooked food the day before is very unpleasant. It's difficult, more unpleasant, you know, when I start fasting first time, or before I fasted more time than first time, but each fasting, I like one day without eating, I'm perfectly fine. I never feel really big hunger when I don't eat one day. But when the hunger in a process of fast arrives, it's never so painful, so strong as if I ate just five potatoes, you know, with maybe two carrots, and that's it. And I really feel the difference straight away. Next morning, my body is really switched on because most of the time, I eat my natural food. My body thrives on it logically. And so when I put there something different, the reaction is obvious, very obvious. Also, if you wanna some good tip about nutrition, don't overeat. Because when we overeat, it's not happy. The body is not happy. It's have a lot of work to do. And because of that, if you overeat and don't have enough body movement, more so, your body is going to protest, and also it would not have the ability to put that good nutrition from your food where it should go. It, it would not do the best work to absorb that good nutrition because there is an overload. Even with the raw fresh fruit, its overload is not best for our body. But if some of you have a problem with overeating, because the body it's like habit too, becomes it seems to me like more the overeating works in a way that more people eat, more they need to eat. So I really recommend the raw fresh fruit. It's not healthy overeat on any food, but the best food to overeat on would be raw fresh fruit. You know why? Because it digests the most easily. That's why. So body doesn't need so much energy to deal with all that overload. So the portions. And with some people it can be chronic, like overeating, it's a different topic. But don't underestimate overeating on any food. Don't underestimate it. We are in a way in a difficulty situation with the computers because there is so many, even more so information than ever before. And with that, the confusion grows even bigger. So I may advise people who take seriously themselves and they really want to be well. You have to put your time, energy in it. You have to find your way to the strategy to succeed your goal. Maybe stop overeating or stop at least cooking some food, have more of that fresh food, do any improvements you are able to do at that time. Because you may think you can do it, but once you start, you may learn different. And they are all different. Some people can do it, some people can go fast, some people can go slowly. But whatever it is, the most important is to embrace it and follow it and keep going, even if there is a lot of walls. If you fall, get up and keep walking. That's what I have to do all my life since my accident, since I learned how to walk again. I have countless, all my walking years, countless of falls. Did I land up? Did I end up being on a floor and say, I can't do this? No, I didn't. I got up, I said, it's okay, and I keep walking again because I love to walk. That's why. So develop that love for a food which definitely gives you good nutrition. Your body will let you know, your body will show you, and your mind quickly, you may be surprised how quickly you would see that difference. So what's the portions? I will go for overeating extra video. It's a big topic. Okay? So also if you really um, serious about your well-being and you buy anything, you eat a lot of stuff, read your labels and take them seriously. If there is any number in the brackets, any fancy words, if is it not product, you know how it's look like, if is it just some powder with some funny name, I recommend everybody who have that nutrition, uh, how you call it, um, concern. You know, a lot of people they don't care. They don't read the labels. They buy what they like. They bring it home. They eat it, and then they ask me if I'm not losing too many vitamins cutting my fruit with the knife. I think it's a bit funny, but it's sad, but it's also funny. I also believe that we should, uh, anybody who want to be well and is concerned about nutrition in their food, they should never actually buy again anything which is not fresh, anything in a jars, in a packets, and stuff like this, because the longer the shelf life it has on a diet, more chemicals are introduced to, to prolong the shelf life as long as possible. Because again, this is the money game. More, more, more. When I used to go to school, I it was branched to agriculture, and they were telling us that the goal is to get more milk from the cow. This is the record, but we're working on getting more milk from that cow, more eggs from that chicken. Why they want more? Because they sell it. They want more money. They don't care about the chicken. They don't care about the cow. No, they care about the money. And once we make decisions based on money, it's always wrong. Our decision should be based on spirit of love. So read your labels. Not only that, but really think how long, how all that rice may be in this bag. Actually, I heard think many years back, I spoke to the friend who lived in Germany, and this friend, this is many years back, I was like 28 years old, and she said she worked in some place where the big, big sheds with this storage food for the supermarkets. And she said, there are things like 10-year old. She said, I couldn't believe it. She said the food they store for like 10 years. What do you see on supermarket shelves? Maybe not all of it, I don't remember details, but this I remember very well. And she said, even butter. And I remember I said, how they can keep butter fresh for 10 years. She said, they just put it in a freezer. It's all frozen. Some things are frozen. Like you don't need to freeze the rice. But you know, we live on a planet full of tiny creatures. And they love to get in those bags. They chew and chew, chew, chew. And finally they get whole enough to get in and they start eating. They start multiplying. And this is what the moneymaker doesn't want to see. So what he does, he goes and put a lot of chemicals. You know, people say, oh, fruit is full of chemicals. Every fruit is full of chemicals, especially if you buy it from the supermarket shelf. What's good about the fruit? It spoils. You can't keep it 10 years. But I tell you something, I think they're working on it. This going on for a few years now, but I check the time. Where is it? Where I buy some kind of fruit, especially kiwi fruit. I so love kiwi fruit, you can't imagine. Yet, already more than 10 years, often, more often, when I buy kiwi fruit, it's always hard, but it never gets ready to eat. Never. It just keeps like those McDonald's burgers people keep at home 10 years later, the same thing. I have two pairs. If I remember, I may show you next time if I remember. I bought two pairs, little ones, about 8 months ago. And they're still there. They're not doing nothing. And fruit like that, I don't eat. But this is different topic again, which I like to make a video about, you know, how to pick the fruit and so on. So read your labels, and now we go to hydration. So if you don't, your body hydrate well, your body would not work well, and it would not absorb your nutrition well. So what do? You make sure your body is hydrated well. But what happens when you eat cooked food? Your body is not going to get well hydrated. And people drink too much of water. And it's also no good. And if the body is not well maintained, it definitely won't function well. And hydration is very important. You know, dehydrated people, they can even leave the earth. So again, not the carrot, raw or cooked, the raw more than cooked one, but the fresh raw fruit will give you so much hydration that you may lose the sensation of thirst. That's me. Since I start eating fruit, it didn't even dawn to me first. And after a few weeks, I realized, hang on, I actually don't drink. And I wasn't juicing or anything. Every fruit was eaten as is for my first more than 2 years of being fruitarian. I never juiced or anything. I just ate fruit as is. Even now, I hardly juice fruit. I'm only eating as is because I learned big lessons from Mango's mistakes. Also, mindful eating is important because it's important to know what I'm letting in my body. It's very important. What is it? That's mindful eating. Mindful eating is also eating slowly, chewing the food. Because if you just bite and swallow, or bite twice, thrice and swallow, I think that that's more common than not. Because I used to observe since I was little in a restaurant, some people eat when we go through the holidays in a restaurant sometimes to eat. I could not believe how. Anyway, um, so this is mindful eating. When you eat, you should really pay attention to enjoy the food. Like when I come to Australia, I saw people walking on a street eating. I could never do that. This is so unnatural to me. When I have a food, I make sure I'm not going to be disturbed. I'm going to have a time and I just bring my food, I prepare it, and I eat it slowly in a relaxed way. And when you chew on it properly, you enjoy it more even. So even that mindful eating is very important to develop if you don't have it. So the body can again, how you say, process better the nutrition. Because if we eating or on a run to another office with the burger in my hand and chew and swallow, then again, because our psyche, our body, our mind, I mean, affects also our body function. So if you worry about nutrition, don't, you can read it. It's all over the internet. You can do your own research. If you need to know those numbers, go for it. All I want to say here is not important. You know what's important? Important is how how you feel. Are you well? Are you sick? Are you have some problems? Is your body telling you, I have a pain here, or I feel I don't have energy, or whatever signals you don't like? You don't like those feelings as well. Don't ignore it. Take care of it. Take care of it. And if you can, just look for a way, for the strategies. How can you? How you can? Not how can you? How you can? How can you? Why would you? So be nice to yourself. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. If you do something wrong, we all care, and it's okay. If it's not intentional, that you want to hurt yourself and you're going just abuse your body really and mind, you know, I'm not here to help you. I'm not here to, in that way. because that's your word. I am here to give you some thought for mind, food for mind, give you some hopefully inspiration and some my own insight how I perceive to nutrition. You know, Mango, he did study nutrition. He knew all those names and all those numbers. He was really into it. And what he done with it after a while, he just threw it away. He said, I don't need that. I do need to eat well. I do need to feel well. And he went for it. And as he went for it, he learned, he found difficult to free himself from certain eating habits. And unfortunately, he was not able to open about it. And he underestimated the, his body, his body signals. For 30 years, he had a design problems. And this is what I'm talking about, like, uh, it takes more than just eat fruit to be well and believe even if I have still problems, it's okay, it's going to go away even so many years later. But this is, as you see, still upset me a bit, but it's a Mango's choice, Mango's date, and we all, you know, carry some problems from past, and we may not work out yet. We are here only for a short time anyway, and sometimes some people they so deep in it, and they may not even have a time to put their mind into it properly because they busy with other things. It's just how it is. All I wanna say, you don't need, if you think you need it to understand the well-being of yourself, it's not important. Listen to your own body. Use your own logic to go forward. Your body doesn't lie. Body doesn't lie. You do something wrong, it gives you headache. You do something wrong, it gives you tummy ache. And if you're just going up the pill to that means you ignoring it. You don't pay attention. You don't looking into your problems. And it's not my problem, it's yours. I have my own. Well, time to go. I hope you are all well. You all taking good care of yourself. And if not, I hope you realize it's in your hands. And I hope if you need to go further, you find a way to do it. Because there is lot of inspiration around, I hope, if you look around. And we going back to the love. It's all about the love again. To succeed in our self-growth, the first step is self-love. That's the most difficult thing, I believe. For us humans, curiously, we more easy love others than ourselves. Maybe not all of us. I'm not saying it's fully formula, but I tend to see that in a human behavior that often people have more easy, it's more easy for them to help others than to themselves. So put yourself as the number one so you can function properly. Once you function properly and you love yourself, you can much easier than be there for others because you have more compassion, more understanding, because you found that compassion and understanding for yourself in yourself love growth. Because love is the biggest value. It's not the money, it's a love. Never forget that. The love will take you to the places you really want to go. And I'm also observed lots of people don't even understand love. So that self-love helps. You know, when I read in the Bible for the first time that God is love, I was very pleased. I was very happy to see that, to know that that's the God I was looking for since the day I was born. And we are now good buddies. I feel so blessed, and I wish you the same. I wish you enjoy your days, you feel well, strong, full of beans, regardless the age. I sending you a lot of love, big hug, and I hope to see you here next time. All the best. Oh my God, enjoy your days. Enjoy your days.